Hello and welcome to Dragon's Greed Gaming. I'm Scarr, I'm the Game Master tonight, and I'll be running tonight a one-shot of Forbidden Lands. The one-shot is called Weatherstone, and I wanted to do a little quick opening to explain why you might be hearing us speak with what seems like a live audience tonight. Tonight is our first live game where we are streaming on twitch.tv. I encourage everybody to come join us in the future. This is hopefully one of many. You can come watch at twitch.tv/The Neon Swamp. I hope you'll enjoy it. And without further ado, here's the game. Okay. 10 generations before our time, the cruel king Algarad declared that the Alderland had become overcrowded. Can you tell this is a Swedish game? He sought to expand his kingdom by leading an army across the mountains to Ravenland, where he fell in battle against the demonic hordes of the Sorcerer Zygofer. As he was lost, so too was the scepter Nekhaka.
Yeah.
Sounds too much like caca. Nekhaka. Yeah. Rumored to be the source of his power. However, the will of the king burned so fiercely that he refused to die and for ages stood watch in the stronghold of Weatherstone. Legend has it that Algarad will march again one day to retrieve the spire of Nekhaka. That's going to be... we don't have to say this word a whole lot during this game, I promise. And complete his conquest of Ravenland. Shakaka. But the curse was suddenly broken, and the undead king and his men finally went to their final rest. There are whispers that Algarad's war chest remains in Weatherstone, forever guarded by evil spirits and the beasts of the sorcerer. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started right now. We begin as you guys approach Weatherstone after a long trek. Fog drifts like shredded souls through the windswept mountain pass you traverse. As the fog disperses for a moment, you see the crumbling stronghold Weatherstone rise against the northern side of the mountain pass, surrounded by a moat filled with muddy water. The landscape is barren. Only thorny bushes and sharp grass survive in these lands. It is quiet, apart from singing and strange animal sounds that the likes of which you have never heard before. Naked bones from horses and humans are strewn about along the road closest to the stronghold. A fire burns in the watchtower in front of the stronghold, and the smell of food drifts in the wind.
Okay. Hi, I'm Sean. I'll be playing Kale, the Peddler. So he's moseying along on his cart with a donkey just making its way forward. The donkey has seen better days. It is just downtrodden, rough fur. Doesn't look like he combs it or cleans it. Kale is a older male, almost hitting 50, weathered face, heavy beard, some tattered clothes. Looks like he hasn't seen too much good peddling recently, but he's got a little bit of silver in his purse, and he's hoping things will look up.
Poultrygeist.
Ooh, that's me. I will be playing Gormar, the Nightkin Goblin. I'm 62 years old, so I am quite diminutive, obviously, as a goblin. I'm maybe about 3 feet tall. I'm wearing kind of like a very loose like robe that sits kind of like off kilter on my shoulders. I'm riding on the back of a boar by the name of Drock. And you see this elderly man, his face kind of like stretched back and leathery, like a green leather, and with no hair on top of his head. He's actually walking back and forth on the boar's back as this elderly boar kind of saunters like a senior dog down the road. He also wears sandals because that's what the character images say. Is he's got sandals and kind of a shitty looking robe.
Yeah, take note because some of you are pretty old. Some of you are on the younger side. But yeah. Dredd.
I am playing Armin, the Dwarvin Fighter. 87 years old. I'm
Damn.
as wide as I am tall. The waist length braided beard and long shaggy hair. And, he's out for adventure and to protect his kin.
Right, and Briney.
Hey, okay, I'm playing Galamy. I'm a pale, lithe, young half-elf, and I appear a bit sickly. I have pointed ears that stick out from dirty blonde hair. No armor, just a forest green tunic and a longbow that hangs from a heavy leather backpack. I'm a survivalist and a hunter. I'll pass it to the next.
Last but not least.
So I will be playing today as the Vorvald, human rogue. I have a very intense cloak made of only black feathers. I also have a scimitar and a long little dagger. And I'm kind of in the back trying to figure out what's going on in it. Not shady, but a little bit on the quiet side. Trying to see what everybody's always doing. And just being a little sneaky. Of course, long
you
hair.
are Ravenclaw?
I am a Ravenclaw.
Yeah.
Yes. And I also have long hair and a very weird mustache.
All right, and for those of you not familiar with Foundry, it's very difficult for me to gauge how the music sounds for you each all. But on the top right, see a little music note, and you can adjust the volume there, and it will only adjust for you. Hopefully, it's not too loud on the stream right now, too. All right. Oh, Vanilla, what's up, man? So, as mentioned earlier, you see this watchtower that is, let's go ahead and bring you to this image, actually, so you get a better idea. I'll try to have it in my mind. Oh, let me show you this first. So this is what the world map looks like. Our viewers aren't going to be able to see this, but this is just like I described to them. This is I'm showing them a map of Forbidden Lands. It's just this big hex crawl that is hardy and just has all sorts of diverse landmarks and things like that. And it's just cool when you're traveling. You never know what's going to be in the next hex. Now, sometimes you'll get legends in the game that'll be like, okay, there's this old abandoned castle here. And then if you're playing this game in real life, they actually provide you stickers for this map. You put a sticker on that hex. It's really cool. And then, yeah, you're like, okay, well, let's plot a route and we'll go. But you don't know what's on the way. It could be anything. And so once you get into each hex, you put another sticker down. And it's like, oh, this is just like a dense forest. Oh, this is a swamp. Oh, this is a war camp of orcs. So, yeah. Moving on to Weatherstone. Who is P? Poultrygeist. Oh, is it not pulling you?
Oh, no, it's loaded now. You should be able to go.
Are you looking at Weatherstone or the world map?
I was looking at the world map, and now I clicked on the word Weatherstone, and I should be over.
Yeah, I'll wait for you to get in there.
Don't mind me.
I do a lot of
I just
effects.
got that sticky internet.
Yeah. It's my fault too. I do a lot of effects in junk, so sometimes it takes some people longer than others. There you are. All right, cool. So you see this small fortress, or I'm sorry, watchtower on the bottom right, and that's the most forthcoming thing. You get the smell of roasted meat in this otherwise seemingly abandoned fortress. The ragged watchtower stands like a newborn next to the stronghold on the cliff behind it. You see vines cling to its withered walls. Trails of smoke rise from the caved-in roof. Someone has a fire going. Do you go to the watchtower, or do you advance to Weatherstone?
I think that maybe a pair of us, the quieter ones, could take a look at what's going on over there. It smells nice.
Yeah.
I am a quiet and stealthy little guy.
I am not stealthy.
Yeah, I'll take the young one. Make sure he doesn't get into trouble, and we'll go.
Okay.
Yeah. I propose that we do a group stealth roll. BingBong and I can do a stealth roll together.
Yeah, I'm 25 years old. I'm a baby.
All right.
So are you separating from the group?
Yeah, like I think, would this be a scout or a stealth roll?
So scouting in this game is kind of like your perception, but it's not as powerful as perception. But yeah, that's more what that was, or is. Stealth would be more along the line of that. If the reason I ask about stealth though is if you're going, well, you're all going, it's the worst person, the loudest person that would be rolling for stealth.
Yeah, my proposal is that my character, the Druid, and the Rogue go.
Okay.
Because I'm actually pretty good at stealth. So if we both went and we rolled stealth, mine's still pretty good, even though it's the worst of the two, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I've got a 3 stealth.
Which is ironic because you're on a giant boar right now.
Well, I'm going to get off the boar.
I don't think you being on or off the boar, I mean, rules wise matters. Like that boar is an extension of your body. When you go stealthy, it goes stealthy.
Its own stats.
The sneakiest boar.
Muffle the hooves.
Yeah, he does have his own stealth roll, like he could make.
Okay.
So I'll leave the boar because I feel like he needs the break. Yeah. But yeah, I guess what role would you call for in this instance as we go to at least Gormar? I'm not going to play for our Raven Tusk friend, but yeah, Gormar wants to approach. He wants to smell the meat and see the people that prepare the meat and make judgments about them.
Right, gotcha. Yeah, so it would be a stealth. Whoever of the two of you has the worst stealth is going to make that.
So mine would be 4 dice.
Oh wow, mine's a 3. Dang, he's really stealthy.
Yeah, but it's your ability plus your agility. So I'm assuming your agility's higher than mine.
Yeah, I have an agility of 4 and a stealth of 3.
Yeah, so you'd be rolling 7 dice.
Oh, wow.
But I'm only rolling 4.
All right. 1 success.
I only need 1 success.
Yes.
Well, so I won't.
Well,
push.
it's opposed. So, you want? You want? You can.
Yeah, I'll push because I don't want to fuck this up. Like we just started.
All right. You take 2 damage to your agility. Gain willpower.
Scarr, is that what these pips are next to your attributes? Like, you click them up?
That's your damage. Yep.
Okay. Gotcha.
All right.
Yeah, so I presume as we're going, like perhaps like this stone that I'm trying to like walk up on slips, and I actually like scrape my knee, causing me to start to have to limp as I go forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a winding stairway that goes up there, and you get a kind of a closer look of these red vines you saw earlier that are creeping up the watchtower, and you see there's something very wrong about them. Aside from the fact that they're kind of a maroon colored, like a deep red, but the tendrils on the vines pulsate. And at the ends of them, they resemble, you swear, like human fingers.
Would I be able to make I'm assuming it's a survival roll to identify them? As a druid, I feel like I might know what this is.
Sure.
Survival?
Survival.
Just want to make sure. Okay.
It's nice that you don't have, stress. You can just kind of roll without running for cover or something sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These...
So I got my success, yeah.
You got a success, yes. These are not natural. That much you know.
Be mindful of these, and young man.
Oh wow, yeah, I'm a little scared. Quietly.
And I'm sorry, earlier you should get a willpower for each bane you rolled, so you got 2 willpower actually.
Yes, 2. Yeah.
Okay.
Got 2 willpower there. Yeah, so is this stuff like it's not in the way of us? It's just like
on the
like we
walls,
can
yeah.
walk around it without having to touch it. Yeah.
Yeah, you're going up these old cracked stairway to the watchtower. And you're at the top. You see light around the corner shining from an obvious campfire. You see the daylight from the caved-in roof. It smells great.
It does. Is there anyone there?
If you peer around, there is definitely someone sitting at the campfire, staring right at the entrance at you.
Like he can see me.
Gives you a
Is it
big smile.
Ah,
Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Come
But,
join me for some rabbit meat. You're not the first I've seen here. There's still plenty to go around.
Gormar will say, I have some compatriots that are just down at the bottom. We weren't sure if you were friend or foe, but if you want to share a meal, could I invite them as well?
He kind of,
of course not.
he non-threateningly stands up and he kind of reaches and takes out a pipe and kind of thwacks it on his palm. You see him now. He looks like a human man, middle-aged, graying, unkept hair, wearing a pretty nice green tunic, gray hose, and some knitted fingerless gloves. And you see, kind of leaning up against this pile of stones he was using as a chair, a lute. And of course, in the campfire is a makeshift spit with what is obviously a roasting rabbit. Of course, everyone could come join. There's plenty.
All right.
We'll be right
One
back.
moment.
We're gonna go grab our friends.
And yeah, I'm gonna kind of excitedly limp down the stairs, and shout as we reach the outside where our comrades have been waiting for us. Come, they got meat.
Okay.
Come on, dwarf. You know you want some meat.
What kind of meat?
It's rabbit meat.
Alright. Everyone's gonna scurry quickly as he can because he loves rabbit.
Yeah, Kale will go as well, bringing his donkey just to kind of park it on the side.
I'm
Yes.
riding my boar up.
Oh yeah. The boar is going with an excited pace at the scent. You all make it up to the watchtower, and you see this man. He's sitting down. And as you have come back, he's in the process of lighting a pipe. Oh, well met. Greetings. I'm Dalb. Come, join me by the fire. Have some meat. I'm sure you came from a long journey.
Yeah, take a seat.
You also
Kale.
take a seat.
Pleasure to meet you on this journey here in this watchtower.
No need to be apprehensive, friend. I am just a traveling musician. I try to find all the journeymen that travel these lands, find good tales. If you have any to share with me, why, just a moment ago, another band had crossed my path and went to the keep behind us. My lucky day. What brings you here?
Traveling, trying to find wares to sell. Bit of a peddler.
The same thing that brings everyone to these lands. Riches. Not meat.
And feet.
Say
Say
feet?
feet.
Did you say feet?
Yeah,
Says
my
it too.
feet
Everybody
brought
said
me
that.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
oh.
Sorry.
You're
Right,
looking
right.
Your feet, not someone else's feet. I thought you were looking for someone else's feet.
Right.
No, I'm indifferent to feet, sexually.
I definitely wasn't meaning sexually, but okay. Good to know that's the bend this is taking immediately.
Let's write that down.
Might like feet.
Well, are you all passing by, or are you also going to attempt to enter Weatherstone? Very famous keep, if I must say.
Well, what can you tell us about it? What's inside?
Well, as I said, you're not the first to ask. By just a moment ago, a man named, I believe his name was Scarr Farthing, and his band just passed through. They were trying to find the weapon. What was the name? One King Algorod, his sword, I believe. Legend has it that it's quite valuable and powerful. They call it the mighty sword Rustbite. Scarr is an impatient man, though, and they left for the stronghold more or less immediately. Didn't spend me much time, like you also generously have. Oh, and please help yourself. He gestures at the roasted rabbit. But there is something I never told them. In their haste, I never got the chance. Something that you all might find quite interesting, though. He kind of pauses for a moment, and he said, deep inhale of his pipe. Kind of looks over you all, over the fire. This very keep just behind me. The undead lie in eternal rest, but Weatherstone is still a dangerous place. In the cellar lurks an unholy beast. A creature so vile, they say, that it can rip the limbs off a full-grown man. But there is a way to slay it. The sword of the king himself, Elgorod. Find the sword and you can kill the beast. Kill the beast. And, well, treasure awaits. It's that simple, isn't it? Of course, I'd be curious to see if you fare better than any other band of adventurers that have crossed my path going to Weatherstone. Most come back out screaming, running for their lives, and he kind of leans in on the fire so it like illuminates his face eerily. Some never come out at all. He takes a deep inhale of his pipe.
You just hang out here all the time?
Well, when you put it like that, it sounds like I'm a vagrant or something, but I've gotten quite a lot of good tales. I've met quite a lot of interesting people, and I have gained a bit of notoriety for myself. Again, my name is Dal the Bard. Perhaps you've heard of me. He kind of looks around eagerly, expecting at least one of you to. Right. But yes, we're near the edge of the Forbidden Land, so I try to go where I know. I know it's safe here. I would never venture into the keep myself, but he shrugs.
Can I do an insight check just to make sure this guy's not like a serial killer? Like, giving off those kinds of vibes?
Absolutely. You can see if he's a serial killer or not. Two successes.
I got
for us.
two successes.
Now, and to preface this, I already mentioned that we're all trying this game out, but for you guys and for viewers, I'm trying this out too. I'm by no means an expert. We're gonna all be learning tonight. Expectations, I need them down here. Make me feel really great if you did. But yeah, I don't know comparatively if there's anything like being getting stunts for extra successes offhand. I didn't see any through my skim. If anybody knows otherwise, that'd be great.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I didn't see anything in the quick start. Didn't see anything. I looked through the quick start much more than the actual player's handbook. But anyway, I doubt stunts.
Yeah, I think it's more like if it was
is the term either.
If it was a competing role, more successes are good, right? Like if he was lying about
it's
not
beat.
being a serial killer.
Correct.
Right.
It's definitely a beat thing.
Beats by John.
Yeah. So he's not he doesn't come off as like a serial killer, but his jovial persona is definitely being faked to you. But nothing he says comes off as an outright lie to you either.
To the dwarf, I'll kind of lean over, like laying down backwards on my over the rump of the boar, and I'll say, "No one's this happy." Like I'm whispering.
I've never seen.
No one's this happy. I
I'm
don't
like
know.
aim
There's something
fucking-
wrong with them.
The strange little man.
Oh, me?
He is.
Yes.
I
And
wanna-
I'll sit up and I'll begin to do a healing check on myself, is all I was going to say. Because I want to not be injured.
And I want to get the courage to ask to see if I can have some of his partaking in his smoke, so I can have the courage to get into this this keep.
Oh,
One little
absolutely.
inspiration.
He kind of takes it. He's been smoking this whole time, so he kind of takes it. He beats it against the heel of his boot, loads a fresh batch, passes it to you with a tinder box, so you can light it. It's a nice mix of herbs and dried plants. Yeah, it kind of tastes like cloves to you, maybe. In real life, but who knows in
you.
Forbidden Lands what
Uh-oh.
it is.
Oh no!
Puff, puff, pass, please.
Anybody else want a little puff?
If it's free, yeah.
Hit up those sweet, sweet herbs.
Yeah.
So y'all pass the pipe. If you don't partake in the rabbit, he does until the rabbit's done. And
So is this like a single rabbit to be shared between like
6
six
people.
men's and a boy?
he's like, we'll say maybe he's making a stew out of it at this point. You know, but it's a hare. Okay, let's it's fantasy. It's a fucking big rabbit. Let's just go there. Let's just don't worry about it. There's plenty of rabbit. A monster hare. Like, what's that Russian hare that's like as big as a freaking like chimpanzee or something?
Have you ever seen like a giant hare in real life?
No.
They're bigger than like some dogs.
Yeah,
Like it's kind of wild.
fucking big. Well, it has been quite the pleasure, but after all my indulgences, he kind of tucks his pipe away. I think I might take a bit of a nap. If you have any other questions, though, I'm happy to indulge.
You feel like it's safe enough to just take a nap out here?
Oh, well, there's only one entrance, one exit here, and before I sleep, I typically set an alarm, as it were. I've been doing this a long time.
Well, could we leave some of our gear out here while we venture inside? Or
Sure, I did notice that you have an ass and a wagon down there you were riding. Yeah, you were more than welcome to tie him up down at the base of the watchtower. We'll keep an eye on things for you as best I can while I'm awake.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Well, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure discussing meat and feet. This bard, but should we proceed inside?
I think we should.
Yeah.
Only one question for you, good sir. Obviously there's a door that everyone wants to move through. Is there another entrance, perhaps, that you've seen others use?
Well, there is a
Wise
crane
people.
in Weatherstone that they once used to hoist up goods to the top of the keep. But unfortunately for you today, I believe the crane is already hoisted up. But maybe once you're up there, it could be a means of getting out quick.
Very good. The rest should be surprised, and I spur the boar along and like sprint out of the room.
Slowly follow.
Can
Gonna
you
put my-
shoe a cleft hoof? Is that a thing? I've never even thought about that. That can't be.
That's
a
a
thing.
good point. I don't think so.
How would?
It wouldn't
Yeah,
make sense,
their
right?
their hooves are very. No, there's no way.
It's an interesting question.
They
Anyway,
probably
I'm
don't
gonna
need
put
to
my
be shoed.
Maybe I can, because I'm
Okay.
a powerful druid.
Right. Yeah.
I'm gonna place my heavy tent in some bushes. I don't think I'll be needing it inside, and I don't want to be lugging it around.
Wise presumption.
So I will put that as my dropped gear.
Yeah, I don't know how long you've all been together or how well you all know each other. That's entirely up to you all. But, yeah, I mean, you have the wagon of did you pick a name? Of Kale. Kale's wagon. I'm sure some of you ride in, store things in. Kale probably sleeps in it himself.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and leave the field kitchen behind. I don't know if I'll need that in a keep.
This is nice.
All right, you guys.
I like all my stuff. I'm gonna keep it forever.
All right, you guys store the things you wish and begin setting off. You approach the main entrance of the keep, and as you can see, it is surrounded by a moat, a muddy, nasty fucking moat. The drawbridge to the main gate has completely rotted through and fallen into the moat. The water is cloudy, and as soon as you approach it, foul smelling. As you kind of get in its vicinity, and approach it, you can tell unknown creatures begin to stir beneath the depths as you see ripples form in the water. To the side, you can see that maybe once when the keep was still active, the drawbridge was perhaps going to be under repair or replacement, as a old rotten stack of wood sits. What do you do?
The stack of wood, is it long enough to cover the distance, or is it like individual planks that would only cover part of the distance?
It's long enough to cover the distance. You can probably make a makeshift bridge with a crafting check if you so choose. But you can tell the wood is old and slightly rotting.
Mm. I mean, we could do a group crafting check. Who's good at crafting? Because I'm not going to make this jump.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make
You
the
have
jump.
a tool for crafting.
Definitely not jumpable. You'd have to swim.
Well,
Mhm.
it's strength plus whatever you have.
Skill.
And I'm not swimming in there either. Jesus, that sounds
So up to 3 people can assist in giving him a +3 on the dice roll.
Yeah, I'm
I'll
young-
assist.
young-
I'm going to help him
young
pick
man.
out the good wood.
Or sisters.
While they're doing that, I'll keep an eye on the water with my long bow drawn, making sure nothing gets cute.
As you're crafting the bridge, I go on at length about the moisture content of wood. Saying such thing.
Galame, yeah,
Go
like
ahead.
as you observe the surface of the water, you'll see like something corner of your eye. Can't tell what it is, and you look, and as soon as you look, whatever it was submerges underwater. Think Star Wars and the trash chute type vibes. Who's doing the
There's
craft
something
check?
in there, but I'm not sure what it is. Be careful, gentlemen.
So who's making this crafting roll? Is anyone trained in any point in crafting?
I don't have
Yeah.
a good strength and crafting.
I look
I
at the
would-
dwarf.
I'm assuming it's the dwarf, but I don't know. I don't want to be racist.
Speciesist.
That I mean,
We got
you
two
are,
crafting
but
assistants.
it's right.
There's a stereotype, but this time you got it right. Good for you.
Lucky guess.
It said it was a +3 modifier
Yes.
from assistant.
And so is that? Here, let me help you out here. Because I haven't done this either. Is it pretty? Under modifier, just hit.
Yeah, you can
put
just
a 3.
type in 3.
That's a lot of dice. All right, 2 successes. All right, some time passes by. Some of you, 2 of you. No, I guess it would just be Galame keeping watch. You got everyone else is assisting, and you make a makeshift bridge successfully.
Well, let's get to it, right? Maybe go over
Come
lightest
across
first.
one at a time.
Yeah, the lightest person first.
We'll look to the 20-something-year-old bird person.
So I guess that would be me. I'm the latest person. So me and my giant boar go across.
Okay.
'Cause you didn't say anything about the boar.
giant boar makes me think you're not like this.
I'm teasing
When you put it that way,
I think
Can I stack my donkey under or on top of your boar, and then we'll just kind of teeter top our way over?
in the Wild West, the game I play every Friday themed, they sent their wagons across rivers as flotation devices sometimes.
Yeah, but I don't want my wagon touching this dirty water.
I know, I was just making a joke that I play
Full of
Western Game.
monsters.
Galame will brave it first, if we're looking for somebody to go first.
I think you are.
I'm gonna.
Oh, I wasn't kidding. Gormar crosses.
Oh, okay.
Like I figure if the boar and him can make it across, the rest of you are good.
Fair enough.
I'm willing to take that hit because I'm bringing the boar.
Okay.
Well, seeing the boar make it across, all right, I would follow.
I mean,
Do I make it across? Like I guess that's the question for the GM.
Yeah, I'm scared.
Yeah, you make it across. I have a quick, side note, totally irrelevant, but Kale, would you say you're kind of a plumper man?
Yeah, he's maybe a little bit more chunky.
Okay.
Yeah. Total side note, or
Yeah, no,
Relevant, I
hard
think,
side
scenario.
note for sure. So, we'll say everyone crosses, but yeah, Kale, go ahead and roll me a scout as you cross.
a scout. Okay. One success.
It's good. That's good. It's good.
Opposed, or it looks like it's opposed.
Oh.
A lot of dice.
Okay, well, I guess I'll push. Hey, 2 success.
Yeah. So, Kale, as you are crossing, you notice something slithering on the bridge behind you coming out of the water. And as you look behind you, you see that it's a tentacle.
Oh, sweet.
How do you react to that new news?
Scream out, "What the fuck is that?" And then start waddling my way quicker over the bridge.
You waddle like a champ and make
My
it
best.
across.
Yeah. Oh, great.
And the tentacle, as soon as you make it across, recedes back into the muck.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, boys. There's something definitely in that muck, and it has at least one tentacle.
Technically true.
Not wrong.
How many stars are in the sky? At least 3.
I see that one big one over there. And it's the only one I can see.
I'm learning so much from you old guys.
You are all across. So yeah, there's a great rusted open portcullis above you, and you enter into this grand hall. It's a gloomy hall, though. It's looks like it was once a place for sumptuous feasts for the king to entertain his subjects or guests or family, what have you. But now it is only home to death and decay. You enter here, and the remains of rotting flesh and moldy tapestry spread an odor so thick enough to make you literally all gag. It's so pungent, you've never smelled something like this before. In old wooden chairs and on the cold stone floor are the remains of what once must have been the king's Alderlander soldiers. It is as if they had fallen during a final supper. They're all, I would say, like, man, I wish Chris was here. So there's like the phases of decay, right? It's the one just past the bloat. Pungent, still fleshy.
Ooh. I don't know what the word is, but yeah, it's like when like the flesh is like spongy and like it looks like it could almost pop like a blister.
It's nasty. It's nasty.
Gross.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Sweet.
The hall continues down, and you can see enclaves into the hall where servants might bring refreshments, more food from the kitchen upstairs, what have you, and then it continues all the way down, and you see a large stairway going up. What do you do?
Light my torch.
Let you torch. And
Yep.
you're in kind of the dim light that was coming from the main gate, and then you illuminate the room, and just this big, like, just scatter of cockroaches just explode away from you.
Oof.
And rats. Let's not forget the rats. And you take note that some of them were inside of these corpses. You think at first a corpse, oh, it's going to come alive because it's a fantasy game, but no, it's really just vermin evacuating their home.
That corpse does that look like recent, like the one that was bloated, or any of these corpses, or is this just like years of like people dying here?
No, they all look like pretty much the same level of decay, and there's a lot of people down here.
Wounds on their body, blood around. Does it look like poison, disease, or are there, spears sticking out of people's chests?
No, there's no like extruding weapons or anything like that. And their state of decay, it makes it difficult to see if they have wounds like actually on them, or if it's just flesh falling off. But no like blood splatters or anything like that. No stained walls or anything.
And then are they in like commoner clothes, or are they in armor?
The ones that are around the feasting area are look like they were soldiers, and then kind of around that are commoners.
Does it look like they died in like, are they sitting in chairs? Like,
Some, yeah, like mid feast.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do they look like
I'll
they
say
have
to the
anything
dwarf.
valuable on them?
Say again, Dredd?
Do they look like they have anything valuable on them?
Aha! Yes. The servants are holding what appear to be, like, in their clutches, wrapped around their arms, silver vases. Yeah, I said vase. I went there.
Cultured.
That's how you know it's fancy.
Right.
'Cause you said it wrong.
Other than that, no. Doesn't look like anything. The cutlery is mostly like a fine rosewood, but not valuable, super valuable. Rotting away, moldy.
No one else goes towards one of those bosses. I will gingerly try to peel the hands off of the vase.
I will also take a vase.
Okay.
Does make me wonder why the group ahead of us didn't take this. Or perhaps they found better treasure already.
Right? Maybe the previous group found the gold vases.
Maybe they're just
And we
less
just need to find.
less greedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody roll me a d6, por favor.
Slash R.
It's the Morkborg of me. Sometimes I like making the players roll stuff.
A 5.
All right. Our Alderstone, our dwarf. You can immediately assess the value of these silver vases at about 5 silver a pop. And you may add silver vase with that value in your character sheet. Just make a custom item. Other than
What
that,
type of
yeah.
So there's the big door behind us that we came in, drawbridge behind that, big feast, lots of bodies. What type of doorways out of this place are we looking at? How many other ways to go are there?
Yeah, just on the opposite end of the hall, And past all of this, another big doorway that is looks like a stairway up, and nothing else in this room.
Well, I feel like if this is just in the entranceway, there's got to be better stuff inside. So, I would suggest we proceed
Sure.
forward.
Yeah, let's do it.
Guess I think we got to go right to the top. Yes.
Yeah.
So you head up the stairway.
We'll,
I'm just checking. Those this might alter your decision too with those bosses.
Scar's marching order a thing in this that we should be concerned about?
That's up to you. I mean, it's always important, right? Now the stairway it's pretty wide still. Everything's been pretty wide, so I haven't been too worried. It hasn't been like a either shoulder to shoulder or single file type scenario quite yet. But if you want to establish one now, that never hurts.
I'll go first.
Those Vosses are light in weight. So you'll see when you make the item and the characteristics of it, you have an option as for the weight.
Well, I am an archer, so being in the back, just I'm not a coward, okay? It's just the best place to shoot an arrow from.
that makes sense. I'll probably kind of flank beside him at the back
I will
with my sling drawn.
right back. Pop off a baby monitor.
Yeah. All right. How about the others?
I'll be somewhat in the middle. I'm not too big, but I've got my weapons clutched.
And I'll assume our dwarf fighter is leading but not scouting.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I would be behind him.
Yeah, I'll be behind the big guy.
All right. Yeah. We'll put the AFK person in the front, spearhead. As
As is tradition.
is the way. All right. You go up the stairs. Open, you bastard! What the fuck? Oh, I'm an idiot. I've got the wrong tool selected. All right, and it goes out into open air, and this is kind of opening that looks like it led to a bridge connected to the other side of the keep, because it's as if an axe of a giant has just cleft both the stronghold and the rock below in two and left this deep wound. As you can see in the image there, kind of just behind where the tower is, you see this big separation. A single chain spans the darkness of this ravine, and it is obvious there used to be a bridge here. The opposite wall has a yawning portal into the eastern half of the stronghold. What do you do?
Anybody have rope?
No.
What kind of adventurers are we?
Yeah.
Nobody has rope. This feels like an oversight.
Let me see if it is an oversight. Could be.
I mean, I know I don't have rope.
I
Yeah.
don't think any of you do.
Mm-mm. I just got 2 blades, a cloak, a little bit of money, and 1 torch.
Maybe that's why most of
just
you
like
are
say-
basically old men, and the other half of you are kids, except the peddler, who's the only like kind of middle-aged amongst you. But
It's
it's
old by human adventurers,
Right.
for sure.
let's not gatekeep here, okay? You don't be any age to be an adventurer. Yeah, no one has rope.
But there's a chain here.
There's a chain.
There's a chain.
And what type of gap are we looking at here, GM?
5 meters, like 16 feet.
That's a good sized gap.
Mm-hmm.
Were there any 16-foot long tables downstairs?
The main table.
That's not out of the question, right? Possible.
For like a king's feast, I mean, 16 feet's kind of small, actually.
Yeah, it'd be like heavy.
We got a boar.
But yeah, you got a boar. You got to get that
Nice.
boar across.
Strapping young gentleman. We could maybe haul a table up here.
Young gentlemen.
All right.
Do you think that would be possible, GM?
Yeah. You go back downstairs and look at the table. It looks like it could maybe make it by eyeballing it.
What do you guys think?
I think it's worth a shot.
Worth a shot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to monkey bar my way across a 16-foot chasm.
The plump
I have
peddler.
another thought too. Well, this is kind of crazy.
Like, as a side note, like, not as a character, but as a player, I am determined to get this boar into the first combat. I have played so many games where it's like, yeah, I'll make a mount-based build. And then it's like, yeah, but, like, how do you get a mount over here? And it's like, I guess I don't.
All right, now your mount has to climb
Today.
a sheer vertical cliff of 50 feet.
Right. So,
Yeah.
eyeballing the table looks like it could be weirdly enough, the right amount of length. I need a roll from the strongest person and whoever is assisting. So I'm assuming a good chunk of you are assisting.
It would
Yeah.
The
I'll
boar is
slap
assisting.
a +3 on that.
I got a 3. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. I got a 3 strength. Anybody
I have a
working
3
with?
strength.
Okay.
I mean, the boar's got a 4 strength.
4. Okay. Anybody higher than 4?
Well, it would be a might check, because that might make a difference. Someone may have the might skill.
I have might of 1.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
a
what
strength
did I
of-
say strength? Yeah, no, you're right, Mike.
Anybody have some
strength
might?
Yeah, because it would be might plus strength. So we need totals on that, starting with the people that probably aren't elderly.
I've got a 3 and a 0.
I'd be at a 7 total.
All right, and rolling 7.
I mean,
think
that
probably
sounds like you're
higher.
doing
Yeah,
it.
that sounds.
Plus the 3 supports, easy.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Oh my god.
That's rough. Do you want to
Big
push?
shit.
Is-
Might
This
as
is-
well.
This isn't a tint once type of game, so
You got it. The slippery table. You know.
Okay.
Hey! All right.
all right.
Yeah, that time only took
I'm gonna
200.
roll my back out.
Yeah,
this
so you,
table.
I think you re-rolled might. So is that right? Did you re-roll might or you hit push?
Yeah. I re-rolled might.
That's fine. But in the future, just hit push on the chat log there. So, because it does a very specific thing where it re-rolls all your failures, but it didn't matter in this case because you had nothing but failures. But you take 2 strength damage. And you gain 2 willpower points. So as this poor, elderly, humble dwarf carries all the load, I mean, we can tell the peddler's not really trying, and
Directing, right? You know,
the
put up
boar
silverware when it falls.
the boar found some meat and it like kind of went off balance for a sec and munched off this rotting flesh maybe. And anyway, so yeah, you may have hurt your back a little bit,
Yeah.
Mr.
Something.
Mr. Harmon. Anybody ever seen Harmon? I'm not going to digress. Watch Harmon Quest though. It's awesome. But you make it across. You successfully get it all the way across. You support the table all the way to the end and slam it on the other side. You have a makeshift bridge now. No checks needed to cross.
Nice.
Nice
I
work.
love makeshift bridges. This is nice.
Way to go, team.
The boar continues.
Yeah.
The boar goes on.
So maybe holding on to the chain as kind of a guide across the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Galame will make his way across first.
Yeah. Hale, the peddler, will follow.
Okay.
Then he'll go through, rubbing his lower back as he does so.
And then I kind of come behind him and start giving him a slight lower back massage, trying to ease his pain.
I will. Are you mechanically doing anything, or are you just trying to help? Because I might cast a spell.
Oh, there we go. I learned from him and let him come in.
So I come in and I say, "You're doing it wrong. You gotta massage him like this," and I get like really into it. But then as I do, my hands glow, and I cast a. I want to call it lay on hands, but I don't think that's what the spell's called. Healing hands.
Close enough, right?
And I will heal him for 2.
Nice. Wow, yeah.
Sick.
I look at my hands. I'm like, why are mine glowing? This sucks.
No.
Can I not monetize that somehow?
Yeah.
What if we start selling your heals?
So, you enter into this room. Let's change the music for this too. You enter into this room. A stench that you are slowly acclimating to of rot fills your nostrils, but this is mixed with some kind of chemical smell or a sharp elixir smell that fills this hall. The chamber was once grand, but the remains of silk and old portraits that haven't been torn down still hang on the walls here. Now the room is filled with cauldrons, there's pools, broken pottery, dissection tables, and other items and things strewn about everywhere. Excuse me. Everything is covered in dust. But to your horror, you realize that body parts of animals and presumably humans, elves, dwarves, have been nailed to the walls. And they seem like it was recent. As you do this, there's a shelf full of beakers and containers of liquids of various colors. And a woman is slammed into it. And everything shatters. She exasperates as she hits the wall and tries to begin getting up and notices you all noticing her. Who the fuck are all you? And you see the scene before you is another band of treasure hunters fighting some kind of abomination, some kind of monster. You're not too far off, Aaron, as this monster does depict a lion, but instead of lion's feet, there are 8 legs. Slightly hairy, but insect in nature. And a long stinger on the back end. But on the top of this creature is furry, and it goes up to the head that looks like some kind of mangled lion. Half of the face is clearly a lion. The other half is distorted, almost like it melted into itself. And instead of just one eye on this side of the face, you see multiple eyes. As this half scorpion, half lion monstrosity is in an epic battle with these other treasure hunters as we speak. What do you all do?
Well, we'll just come back later.
It's busy, you know.
You guys look like you have this. I'm just gonna see if she's got anything good
Yeah.
while you do what you're doing. Yeah, can I take a look around and see if there's anything valuable here?
Well.
Holy shit.
There's a variety of things here. It looks like essentially like some kind of archaic laboratory. You think that these items could be worth some kind of money? You are our Goblin, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you yeah, you can roll you can give me a scouting check.
No worries. That's 2 successes on that.
Okay. Yeah, so you've slung the occasional macabre before, and it's probably fitting for a goblin as well. So some of these urns of glass contain body parts, probably in some kind of fermentation process. And you know that if you sell to the right death magician, you can make some coin.
Jesus.
Yeah.
No. And the woman that got knocked into the wall, she's one of this band of treasure hunters.
Seems
she's
that
not
way.
like a witch.
She does not look like a witch, no. She is actually clad in leather at the moment. And you see pull her up. You see actually on her side that luckily was undamaged from her throw, what looks to be like a fiddle. Other than that,
nice.
she's holding a dagger and preparing to get back into the fray.
On the back of my boar, I will draw my sling and load it with the stone. I'm prepared to fight.
Yeah.
I was mostly joking. My character actually is like very pro-life, like in a good way.
Good recovery. Good recovery.
It's taking a real bad turn here.
Terminology. All right.
But yeah, he is. He does worship a god that is technically good, and would probably frown upon him just letting people die so he could raid their coffers.
Mm-hmm.
Norman is gonna charge in with his axe and try to help kill this thing.
Yeah, my little weapons drawn. I'm right behind him, joining him.
Kayla's gonna slink around and try to find maybe something that's better than a rusty old dagger that he's got on him.
Calamay, what are you doing?
Calamay is a hunter, and bringing something this large and monstrous down would bring him great pride, so he draws a quiver, or his arrow from his quiver, and loads his longbow.
Dope. Sounds like we got a fight.
Mm-hmm.
And we will enter our first combat. So, zoom in. You'll want to zoom in. You can zoom in here, because this picture is actually very big. So when I put your tokens down, they might look a little small. Oh wait, yeah, you're there. The only ones, yeah, no one picked the orc. BingBong, are you
That's neat.
going by Vorvald or Nindia?
Vorvald.
Right. What's that? Shablam. He's pretty. So, face only a mother can love. I'm gonna do this for you guys, because, like I said, it's one shot. I'm not too worried about you guys getting a hang of everything right now.
We're learning.
So, if you click on the top right, cross swords, you will see you all are in initiative now. I went ahead and drew your action cards for you. And we see that Vorvald is actually going to be the first one up. Lucky you.
Nice, I love that. I take it they're in the middle of combat. It's already happening. We're kind of going to be joining in on their fight. Is there a way I can kind of like try my best to, while it's fighting, sneak-ish behind it, try to get some type of advantage behind it, and then try to get it from behind? Its tail, maybe?
Yeah, so, in Forbidden Lands, movement is regulated by zones. So we have to accept our free league overlords and forget about the past that was squares and feet and battle maps. So yes, to answer your question, you can definitely do that.
Hey, I can do that.
Now, so the question though is, what zone do you want to be in? Do you want to be at arm's length, like in combat with this thing? Do you want to be near it? Do you want to be medium range? And now the reason I ask this is because I believe if you stay in short range, you have no negatives with ranged attack. Anything other than that, you're going to start incurring negatives.
Because all I have is a scimitar and a dagger. So no matter what.
Oh, so you're in it. You're in it.
I'm in it. That's all I've got. So
fantastic.
Happy.
Yeah. So you're getting an arm's length
but I
anyway.
will try my best. Yes, I will try my best to be sneaky, but I will be getting it within arm's length.
All right. So how we're gonna do that? I'm gonna say you are all at short. The ranges, okay, for my help too, I'm going to say this out loud, but for everybody, the ranges are arm's length, near, because they're named different from alien, arm's length, near, short, long, and distant. Near are no negatives for range stuff. Then short, long, distant, you start incurring negatives. Arm's length, if you are shooting and you are at arm's length shooting, it's going to be tough for you. Unless they're helpless, unless they're tied up. All right, moving on. So you're going arm's length. Range doesn't matter for you. So you are our rogue. I'm gonna bump you up 2 steps to indicate that you are arm's length. So and you're gonna go into combat. And you're gonna click on the scimitar. Assuming you're using the scimitar.
Yes, first.
All right. Make sure that there is, I don't know why you have a -2 modifier on there, but remove that. Why do you have a
How do you remove that?
Just to erase it.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, I don't know why you have that
-4 modifier. Okay.
Is it because ambidextrous? Oh, he's selected ambidextrous, but doesn't matter. Success.
Oh. Yay.
What is the damage on that? Let me see.
I think that one was the dagger actually first, and the damage is 1. But I also have a scimitar.
Yeah, which one are you attacking with?
I wanted to attack with the scimitar first.
Okay, so that is 2 damage.
2 damage.
Just checking to see if we have to include armor in this equation. Indeed you do. So you come up at the tail, actively trying to strike at these other opponents. Roll 3 more dice for me. I'll roll it for you. It's well, no. You got to learn anyway. We're gonna use Foundry no matter what, probably. So in the bottom right chat, type in /R space 3d6.
R 3d6. Okay. Okay, I am baby. Roll it for me this time, and then I'm gonna learn with you.
No worries.
On our own.
All right, so no successes on the additional dice there. Because I forgot that you have a little bit of an advantage here, as he's a bit occupied. All right, so we got 2 successes.
Okay.
He does have armor, just like Alien. I roll the armor, and if I get successes, it negates damage.
Okay. Oh shit.
I'm gonna make that public. Sorry, that wasn't public for you, was it? No.
No, it was not.
He was
It was
scared.
mysterious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. There we go. You're lucky I fudged because I rolled 2 successes privately. All right.
Yeah. No.
This monstrosity takes 2 damage as you strike it in the back.
And that was with my first hand. Second hand, the dagger also comes in.
Yeah, just 1 attack, unless you have some kind of special talent that says
Oh, it
otherwise.
does. Yes, I do. I have the lightning fast. I also have ambidextrous, which I can use a light weapon on my offhand, and I can use it as a fast action to make 1 extra attack per round.
Okay, so actions, how they work.
Teach me.
I made them for you guys. This will help you next round. But I made a reference for you guys under journal. You all should see fast and slow actions. Okay? So you get so how your action pool works is you can make a fast action, a free action, and a slow action. Or you can make 2 fast actions and a free action. So moving is already a fast action. And then striking is your slow. Now, really look at these because, in Aliens, you get to aim and gives you +2. And in this game, there's a little bit more you get to work with. So you can, for example, use fast to parry as a reaction if you're attacked. So you might want to save your, it's kind of like blocking with an item in Alien. If you have a heavy weapon, you can swing to give you a bonus. There's a few things you can play with here, which I like very much about Forbidden Lands. But moving on, save that for next round. You'll be able to do that next round as long as you don't have to move.
Right.
So, so when you're done, and the crossed swords on the bottom, you'll see an arrow going to the right. Click on that, and that will end your turn.
Okay. Cross swords.
No, on the very bottom right.
Sorry. Intern. Yes, sir. Got it.
All right. Harmon,
Thank you.
you are up.
I am going to move up.
Oh, I'm sorry. And that what you clicked on actually, this is a new thing. What you clicked on is a marker for you when you consume your fast and slow action because that matters. So you consume slow action and you consume the fast action. So we'll track that. All right, go on, Harmon. Sorry.
I am going to move up and try to take a swing with my axe at one of this thing's legs.
All right. All right, you move into arm's length. Go ahead and click on your weapon under combat, and we'll see what the swing does. That is sexy. Roll 3 additional d6s. Apologies, I forgot again. You should be all getting a modifier, a +3 modifier right now while he is occupied with these other dudes. Okay. 5 damage. Jeez Louise.
Holy shit.
And now, even with those successes, if you so choose, you can push to potentially get more damage. You can risk it for the biscuit if you want. You keep that. You keep what you get, and you just roll your failures. You get an oh yeah, wow, Jesus Christ. Is that 6 additional damage? That's a total of 11 damage.
Are you sure, or is that just 6 total?
I'm trying to look at the breakdown. Let me see. What's your strength, Harmon?
Strength is 6.
6. So
Except for the
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So
one
you
before my negative.
Yeah, you got 2 successes. Your axe gave you 2 more successes on the first roll. So that would have incurred a reroll of 1, 2, 3, 4. But your strength you're rolling.
He re-rolled the strength 4 and it rolled a 1. So it's 6, 4, 6, and then on the next one, the 4 is grayed out.
I see the grayed out, but what are those 3 extra dice? Because he's... Yeah, he's got...
The extra dice are rolled underneath. Because the strength, you've got 2, 2, and 3 are grayed out, and then 3 new dice are rolled at the bottom.
I'm confused. It shouldn't have re-rolled anything. Only he should have re-rolled his failures.
Yeah, that's
That's what it did, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All the grayed out
Oh,
ones
I
were
see. Okay.
re-rolled, and
Okay,
the
so
grayed-
it is 6 total.
yeah, 6
Okay,
total
so
damage.
you got an additional damage out of that, but you also incurred 2 strength damage to yourself and 1 damage to your battle axe. That sound right? How's your battle axe feeling after that?
Oh shit.
what's its attribute level.
0.
All right. So you rush in and give a mighty swing, dealing, and I will tell you, an ass ton of damage that I'm going to let you describe. But it does break your battle axe in the process.
Fuck.
What does that look like for you?
So he just Harmon swings as hard as he can at this thing's joint. Stops about halfway through. As he tries to rip it out of the thing's leg, the handle on the axe breaks just below the head of the axe. Even the axe had embedded in this thing's leg.
All right. Oh, wow. It only blocks 1 of the 6. It takes 5 damage total.
Hell yeah. Nice.
It is bleeding profusely, this green ichor. Ichor? Ichor, I think is how it's pronounced. It's not looking great. It's not too happy. So, that would conclude your turn, Harmon. On the bottom right of the combat screen, you'll see that arrow to end your turn. Oh, perfect. Love you. Gormar. Gormar?
Right. Gormar. Yeah. Yes, my name is Gormar. He whips like he has the sling. Is it fair to say it's loaded because we had a second to prepare before combat started, or do I need to spend my fast action to load it?
Oh, that's fair. You probably would. I mean, you
Yeah.
going in a dungeon, you're experienced treasure hunter.
Yeah. Yeah, and so I'm whipping this sling around. I will make a marksmanship test at short range because that is the range of the sling. With a +1 from gear and a +3 For it being in combat, right?
Yeah, so if you roll on the sling, it should do all that calculation for you. And if you target the beast by a double right... Oh, wait, I don't know if I have double right-click turned on. If you right-click and hit the target icon, it will target it for you. That might do a little extra, too.
You can also...
So the issue is that the sling is in as gear and not as a weapon.
Fix it.
I don't know how.
Put it... so in your gear, put it under equipped. Click and drag it in there.
Okay, sorry, it's...
Let me take a look.
It is on equipped.
Okay.
But
It's
when I
still
go
not
to
showing up
combat,
on
it's not
combat?
there.
Does it have an attribute number?
No, it's in your backpack right now in your gear. There you go. There you go.
Okay. I see. And then, so still the +3, and then I did target the man. There we go.
1 damage. Nice shot.
I'm gonna push because I want to take some damage here, so I can heal people later.
Okay. Well, you don't
Perfect.
deal more and you don't take more, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, but he takes 1 point of damage as this comes out.
He might.
The man who just broke his axe. I'm just trying to figure out if I can do this. I can do a slow and a fast action. So I could draw my knife as a fast action. And then use my movement to get close to him, right?
Movement and drawing your weapon would be but they're both fast. And you've already used a slow. So
okay, so it's 1 slow or 2 fast. Yeah, there we go.
So his armor blocks it, but you damage his carapace, and it reduces armor in the process. But he incurs no damage.
I think that's gonna be my turn. I'm gonna just throw a sling at him.
Okay. So I think is there not a way... We'll look at that later. I'm not going to worry about you guys managing your actions. I can do that. Galame.
All right. So is it safe to say pre-fight? So when you shoot a ranged weapon, you have to ready it in the beginning, but is it safe to say we readied our weapon in that kind of initial scene?
Yeah, there's enough time elapsed that you guys realize shit's going down.
Okay. So Galame has loaded his longbow with an arrow from his quiver. He'll take a fast action to aim. I guess I'm in the near range band.
Okay.
And then I'm going to shoot it with my longbow, which I think will give me a +1 because of aiming.
Okay. And that'll negate the -1 on the near range.
Isn't near 0?
No, you're right. Near, so let's scooch you up 1. Near is 0. I'm thinking of having something called near and short is perplexing to me.
That is. Okay, so just 1 for my modifier.
Yeah.
Right?
And a +3 on top
And a
of that.
+3.
Okay, so 4 total.
Yeah.
Good lord. All right, here comes some dice.
Jeez Louise. Yeah, we're getting
I like
3
that.
more damage potentially. I'm trying to
we'll
find
call
on y'all's weapons if armor piercing is a thing in this game. But I haven't seen any indicator of that
I
yet.
didn't see anything.
So I'm
I don't have the
just,
core rulebook, but I didn't see anything about that.
blocks 1, so it takes 2. You land one right in its chest. Can I take damage, please? There you go. You land it right in its chest. the sticks.
Nice. That'll be my turn.
Kale,
Are those other adventurers still here?
they are.
Are they like
so
fighting and
insignificant,
engaged?
they're not even on the battle map.
Oh
Okay.
no.
Well, I was going to try to manipulate them to like get in the way of its attacks and block for my allies.
You're trying to what? I'm sorry?
I'm trying to manipulate them, like go to the left, you stupid dwarf, you woman, dodge to that way, and hope that when it swings, it hits one of them and not my friends.
It's pretty, at this current endeavor, pretty apparent it is focused on them. After all the damage it has taken from you guys, next round may be different.
Okay, I guess I'll just also run in and then attack. Hit it with that knife. Modifier of +3. Do it.
All right.
I don't really want
One.
to push because I already got 2 Banes.
Well, Banes,
1 damage.
they're not super. They're not active until you push. So next time, those 2 will count, and you could roll more.
Right. So if I push, it rerolls the Banes as well.
It'll reroll anything that's not a 6 or a 1. So
Okay,
you will
yeah. So if I
get
push,
those
I
2
automatically
Banes.
will take 2 damage. Yeah,
Right.
I don't want that.
Okay.
My strength is low enough.
All right. Let me roll its armor.
Cool.
Hide's just a little too thick for the peddler.
Oh,
Oh man,
I love it.
shaky arms.
Sorry, I heard the Peddler, and that is like the worst superhero name in the world.
He makes people feel sorry with pity parties. All right, Kale. So yeah, whenever you're ready, in your turn, I think he uses slow and faster. Excuse me. All right, just kidding. It turns around and attacks the peddler immediately.
Oh, good bait. Good bait.
Oh no.
Monsters in this game, all of them work like a xenomorph. They just have a list of attacks. It's pretty sweet. All right, we're gonna do whipping tail.
Oh god.
All right. So you haven't really gotten a chance to get a good look at these other treasure hunters that are in combat with you, but you see that it strikes with its scorpion tail at a older-looking, rough-looking man. Has a full beard, bandana around his head, and he's got full armor and fighting it with a dagger currently, bow in the back. And kind of what happened earlier with the woman, he gets struck and flung across the room, and you can see a little trail of blood follow. Next round. At the top of the round, as a little cutscene, we'll say, the other adventurers see you all and see that they're injured. And you hear one of them, he kind of has a 5 o'clock shadow and a peasant's cap on right now. Large shield, chainmail under a tunic, and a long sword. Fuck it. Let them deal with it. And they bolt. They go out the other end of the room.
Are there
Swing-
attacks of opportunity in this? Just for
There are.
reference. There are. Just for so we know.
For you guys, if you're in arm's length, there's a few things you can do to get out. You have to do a retreat, and that's going to require a move action. If you fail, I get an A up on you. If you succeed, you get to near range, and from near range, you can use another short to flee. So, top of the round. Vorvald is up.
So, I noticed that my friend here did a bunch of damage. I feel like we can do this. And I use, now that I'm here, both actions to hit him with both of my swords this time. Scimitar first, and the dagger.
And I'll count that real quick. We did forget about the boar. I'm going to get the boar down. And...
Oh, no. The boar did not go into range.
Okay.
I just was testing to see how that rolled.
Okay, I'll get the boar on the map because I forgot about Jock myself. I'll put him at long or short or where the fuck that's supposed to be. All right. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So scimitar first while I'm already here, and just go for the double.
All right. Go ahead and roll.
Scimitar. It says a modifier -2 because of ambidextrous, I guess.
Let's take a look at ambidextrous. Maybe it's normally a -4 and it gives you a -2 instead. I put it in the
I
chat
think
log.
you roll your second attack with a -2.
Oh,
That's what I read.
Okay.
So your first attack is normal. Your second
Normal.
attack is
Oh,
at a
okay.
Rank
-2.
1, you can
Cool.
use your secondary weapon to perform one extra attack per round as a fast action. It must be a light weapon, and the attack is modified by -2.
So yeah, let's go with the scimitar first as a normal. So 0 modifier, and here we go. Right, yeah, no modifiers this time.
Right. No +3 anymore.
All right, cool. Nice, here we go.
Do you want to push?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Let's push. All right, I'm pushing. Come on, baby.
Okay. Not bad. Hopefully you didn't break your scimitar, though. But you have an extra weapon.
Yes.
Regardless, it looks like I'm staring down 3 damage. So let me roll my armor. Okay, so yeah, not only do you get through. Why didn't that? Oh, I did it privately. I'm sorry. It was 1 6 and 2 1s. So
Yes.
I still take 2 damage, and you get through enough. And because those 1s are rolled, my armor goes down.
Awesome. So then with the and you said I probably destroyed my scimitar. I
Yeah,
still
it's
use the
an
dagger.
attribute.
If it's only got an attribute of 1, then yeah, it's destroyed. If it's got an attribute of 2, you're good.
All right, it's a 1.
Oh yeah, you shove it into him, and it stays in there. It breaks at
So
the
yeah.
hilt as the monster jerks in pain.
That's where the other hand comes in with a dagger and goes for the second blow. And this is the ambidextrous, so we'll take a -2 modifier. And let's go for it.
Do you want to push?
Shit. Let's go for it. I'm ready to party.
It's one shot, right?
Yeah,
Not
let's
like
do
you
this.
still
Come on
have-
now, baby.
It's not like there's a boss that you have to
Hey!
fight or anything like that. Oh, good. Okay.
No!
Let me roll armor. Armor is significantly reduced now. Doesn't block a single
hope
one and
it's
takes
armor.
another damage.
Yes.
This thing has
Love this.
arrows in it. Weapons breaking off inside of it. It's got legs missing. It's looking rough.
Awesome. And I will end my turn happily.
Harmon Quest.
Is there anything I can see within reach that I could use as an improvised weapon?
Is that a thing you can do? Are you...
I don't know.
Okay.
I just wonder if there's something I can pick up and bash this thing with.
Right. Let me see.
Maybe one of the dead guy's weapons?
Nobody's... Well, there's parts everywhere, but none of the adventurers died.
Oh, I thought one of them got like rocked and blood was pouring out of it.
Yes, that did happen. He didn't die, though.
Wow, weak.
He's a trooper.
We'll finish that.
It's a lab, so I'll say maybe there's a bone saw. Now, it's gonna take the round to go get it, though. You're gonna have to move over to get it, and picking it up.
I punch it.
Yes. That'd be probably just a straight melee. Or might, I'm sorry.
I think under combat, I think unarmed strike is one of the things you can click at the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
See what happens. That'd be pretty fucking sick if you beat it to death.
Punch this thing in
With
the
my hair.
Oh, you can also use a shield as a weapon. I do remember reading that too. If you're carrying a shield.
Try punching it.
Thus thou wisheth to put. That was an unintentional lisp. All right. Okay. Now it's a good time to bring up. You guys have your pride. If you want to burn it, you can roll D12 to attempt to get one success.
I will go ahead and do that.
Okay, so that is under your bio, and you'll see pride with some dice, and you can just click that, I believe. Oh, you lucky dog.
Yes.
Look at you laying right on the 6, getting 2 successes.
Nice.
Now, you still got armor,
Oh,
though.
yeah. Oh, no. Less armor.
Significantly less. Oh, armor blocks 1, but still, you're pummeling him in the face, I'd imagine. Like the softest spot you can find, and
Yes.
he's got enough eyes where you can knock out. He's wobbling, kind of sidestepping, trying to keep balance on the remaining legs that this thing's got. Not looking great, but still very, very lethal. Yeah, end your turn whenever you're ready. God, it rolled a 10, by the way, both rounds on initiative.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so Gormar, standing on the back of this boar, I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna encourage the boar to gore to its heart content. We're gonna eat well tonight, Drac. And he kind of grips a fistful of its hair, and I'm gonna burn my pride. Which is that I have an uncanny ability to sense unnatural phenomenon before anyone else. And so I'm gonna make an attack, and then I'm also gonna roll that to see if I can do extra damage.
All right, I'm
But
rock hard.
Brock
Let's
is
do
making
it.
the attack.
Rock hard.
That is a great roll so far. Let's see the D12
Okay.
too.
Yep, and then I gotta go over to bio.
So 4 damage. Let's see here.
So that would bring it up to 4 incoming damage for this boy.
Rolling that armor now.
As I kind of bob and weave I can sense that it's about to strike.
All right. So this thing is large creature that you guys have just tag teamed, took over. It was beating the shit out of these other treasure hunters. You guys just come in rock hard
Yeah.
and
Always.
beat it down.
For the food.
And the final blow is given from Gormar and his boar Drock. What does that look like, Gormar?
So yeah, like I'm kind of standing like with like my legs kind of on the haunches of this boar with a fistful of its hair. It goes to strike with like one of its like forearms, like kind of like, and I just at the last second like lean over and the boar kind of pulls, and then I whip it back, like I kind of pull on its hair to the right, and it just gets right underneath its chest, and it like lifts up. And the tusk just goes straight through this thing's chest. And Gormar himself kind of like has his little knife and he just kind of starts stabbing at it as well. It's all like kind of one fluid motion as man and his boar work together in tandem as God intended.
So as you're eviscerating it, the boar gores up with his tusk as described, and out comes just explosion of guts right before this abomination falls limp in front of you with a final death gurgle. You're out of combat. You have encountered the other party mentioned before, and you are in a disturbing lab full of body parts. What do you do?
Search around the
Pick up
lab.
that bone saw.
I mean, I have a knife if you want to take it.
Sure.
It's yeah, because I doubt I'll use it. It's a long bladed knife. Attribute 1. I think it does 1 point of damage.
Yeah, so the only difference between his knife and the bone saw is the bone saw's edge, the knife is pointed. Don't know if that's going to be significant, this one shot either way. It's up to you.
Okay, fair.
I'll take the knife.
But that my scimitar broke. I grabbed the bone saw.
All right. So, let me see. Grab a... You guys said you could not control space, right?
The compendiums just aren't allowed to us yet.
Okay.
But we can control space.
So Omar is giving Armin knife. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. And then the bone saw's going to Youngblood over there.
The little guy.
Oh, I deleted it. I'm sorry.
Thanks.
My bad.
I didn't want to put it on the other character
Well,
or
I did-
anything.
I've
Well, I
got a
didn't know
knife
you
on
could
my
just do
sheet,
that.
So
All right, and Forvald, I got you.
Steal
This is
mine.
going to be a modified dagger, because that makes sense. It
Voice.
is only edged. Bone saw. That could be your wrestler name now. Bone saw.
Ooh,
All right.
Hell yeah.
Is that from Spider-Man? Was that his name?
it is. Yeah. Bone saw.
Yeah.
30 seconds. Is it 30 seconds?
3 minutes.
3 minutes. Okay, thank you.
Bone saw.
Harmon, you were hurt, weren't you?
I am.
Well, stand still. Stop whining about it.
He's literally not whining.
And I'll attempt a medicine check on Harmon. As well as anyone else, I suppose, who needs it, if we have time. Or a healing check, I guess is the word.
Nothing's happening right now that's pressing, other than the fact that you know there's other adventurers here trying to take the same treasure.
I mean,
Oh
we
my
are
God. Just
we are
success.
better than
I'm
they
gonna
are.
push.
I'm gonna go ahead and try.
Yes. Okay. So I take 1 damage to my empathy, as I guess I just have terrible bedside manner. But you do heal
Checks out.
2. That would apply to physical, so I'm assuming it's going towards your strength, but wherever you need it.
All right,
I'm
so
gonna go ahead and try a healing check on myself as well. Perfect.
what the fuck is going on? PDF? Cool. All right, so the skills. There we are. We're all learning, right? We're all having a good time. So whoever is skilled in crafting, you can use your crafting to roll a repair check. Repairing a broken item generally takes a few hours and needs a successful craft roll. If the roll succeeds, the item's repaired fully. So depending on how many successes you got, is how many. Some items have a higher attribute. If it's just one, it doesn't really matter. It just needs 1 success. FYI, the reason I bring this up is because Vorvald, you want to hang on to your broken scimitar.
Yes.
You are now encumbered.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out, because it was important to me. The blade was important, though, but it's inside of it, so...
Yeah, like we'll say you can take your dagger and cut it out of the beast and put it in your backpack and have it to repair later if
Have
you
it
so
repaired
choose.
later. Yes,
Yeah.
that would be awesome.
But you're encumbered if you do that.
Would throwing out my torch become unencumbered?
Looks like it. Yeah, you're 7 of 6. That
Yeah.
should put you at 6 of 6.
Let's get rid of that torch. Does anybody want a torch? Does anybody need an extra torch?
No.
Anybody?
I'll just leave it on the ground and we'll
Yeah.
put it back
I
on
just
the way.
put it. I keep it lit on the ground.
Fair enough. It needs light. Stupid.
Yeah, I don't
It's
need
dumb.
I like
I don't want-
stuff.
Yeah,
Aha, I'm unencumbered.
you're good.
Huzzah!
Well done. All right, first combat complete. That is my janky version of combat in Forbidden Lands. Scratching the surface. Let's move on. So, as mentioned before, there are really morbid vases, clear containers full of body parts worth money that we've already discerned. If you want to take those, otherwise we can move on. Up to you.
Move on, yeah.
Um,
I'm not going to pick up a...
yeah, I
vase
think
with
Goromar would
water.
find that unseemly.
Yeah.
The idea of dealing with death magicians probably doesn't sit super well.
I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, they've got a union.
Stand-up people.
Yeah, yeah. They're on
And
the.
I-
For
as
union
merchant,
workers, then
definitely
I'll help them.
They're on the board
As a
of.
merchant, I don't want to entice any of my coworkers to unionize, so...
They help out with the deed restrictions in your neighborhood. You know, They're helping out. Big about separation of church and state. Moving on. All right, so you continue up this winding stairway, past the door that the other party had already exited. And you enter in what appears to be this grand theater. The roof has collapsed on the theater, whose galleries incline the inner walls of the tower. A handful of large flying creatures screech close to the ceiling as soon as you step inside. Silhouettes of their winged bodies can be seen against the open sky above. The central stage of the tower is smeared with excrement and covered in rancid remains of the creatures' feasts. What do you do?
no.
Maybe we should quietly move through this area, guys.
I would certainly be willing to help or to do that. And I look to our big dwarf friend and perhaps even you yourself and go, if you think you can keep your bones quiet.
I'll give it a shot.
It's very
Yeah,
apparent that
like
they,
a group stealth roll.
I was gonna say it's very apparent that when you enter the room, you are acknowledged by their
Oh.
cawing and screeching.
Mm.
Oh, okay. Yes. Well,
Oh. I mean, I could make an animal handling check to see
oh, yes.
if
Druid.
yeah, I'm actually not that good at it, which is kind of crazy. but-
I would have, what is it? Empathy? I would have 5 dice in animal handling.
yeah, I'd only have 2
How?
because I took some damage to my empathy.
Oof. Gotcha.
And my highest stat is wits. I think druids in this one are less like turn into animal druids and more like sages.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I can give it a shot. If you'd like to.
I
assist me.
can assist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would assist.
Anyone else assisting?
Hell yeah, I'll assist. I like flying creatures.
Cool. Cool.
So what are you
Please
trying to
don't
do
hurt us,
exactly,
Briney.
Gormer?
Basically, I think we're putting our heads together to do like an animal handling check.
To try to get them to be, like,
To
not.
like you know how like there's like a way to approach animals that'll make them less like agitated. Like
Okay.
you don't just like shove your hand in a dog's face.
So
It's
like-
like kind of like that.
Yeah, now and so just to set the scene more, you're in this big theater, right? The roof is caved in above you, and there's like support beams still outstretched, and here and there up where the roof once was, and debris down below, and what looks like just massive amounts of bird shit and corpses of creatures of all varieties down below, and they're up there, high up above you right now, in this theater. So, and there you have the booths all around the theater that you're going down and going towards the main stage, and to the left of you is what looks like a way out into open air, and to the right you see this kind of balcony area as well that leads outside. For the moment, but point being, they're above you, high.
Okay. So maybe we just go out one of these doors and just ignore the animals.
I think you're right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who happened?
That sounds like a good idea.
Oh,
Yeah.
one of-
No, I had in my head we had to walk by them.
Right. Yeah.
Or like across like an area where they were gonna swoop at us.
Do we want to go
But
left?
there's a door right there.
No one said
Let's
that
go through the
wasn't a
door.
possibility. And you kind of go in more, though, I will tell you. You start hearing amongst the cawing and screeching this kind of weird, it sounds like an effeminate voice coming from them also, in a plain language you understand. Humans. More humans. Goblins. Dwarf things. You hear words.
Good sign.
Stay away, you harpies.
What if we brought him some of the corpses from the other room? Keep them occupied. Or do we just keep going? Just press past.
Oh, shit.
I think we gotta press past. I don't know if they would be super into like formaldehyde
Right. Or like
jars of human bodies.
pickled corpse parts. Maybe,
And again-
maybe it's a delicacy. Who knows, right?
Yeah.
The formaldehyde's actually really good for the harpy immune system.
Don't knock it till you try it.
Right. We can give it a shot. It's just down the stairs.
I say we go. We just press on. Try and catch up with this other adventuring group.
Okay.
Sure.
Which way do you go? Do you go left that looks like it leads to more stairs going up, or do you go right that looks like it goes out to open air?
I'd say left.
Yeah, the stairs, I think.
We're trying to avoid the flying monsters.
I'm gonna do something really stupid. I'm gonna address the harpies. Harpies. I don't even know if they're harpies, but I'm going to assume that they are and call them harpies. Harpies. Did you see the other humans that came through here, or the other ones? Which way did they go?
One of these creatures flies down to one of the higher booths, but you're no longer seeing a silhouette. You can see it in plain view. I think there's some artwork somewhere. Yes, here we go. That I can show you. As you see this, very clearly harpy. But yeah, this bird-like creature with bird legs and wings swoop down, but with the head and torso of a woman, and look at you and cocks her head. They were too fast for us, but not you. Not you. What do you have to offer us?
I'll reach into my bag and I'll pull out like a small like a flask or like a vial of something.
Do you have that? What do you
You can look at my items. You can see what it probably is. I'm not telling her.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, you can say that out loud. Okay, well, maybe you don't want to say that out loud. Okay. What is the flask made out of? Or is it like a vial?
I'm gonna say that because I'm a goblin, it's probably like made out of like an old gourd that I dried. Kind of like almost like a gourd water skin. But it's like very small. Like a butternut squash.
You see the harpy's furs kind of like furl up and kind of like she kind of puffs up. No. We want two things.
You want good things? Yes, this is a good thing. This is just a container. It's a potion.
No. We want the sword. The sword, or she looks up at the others and they begin like cawing and like screeching. Are a child? A baby? Or the sword?
Have a baby. They don't
the king's sword. We have gold, shiny coins.
I'm gonna look to I want to call him Kepler, but that's not his name. Kale.
Yeah.
You're a better negotiator than I am. Tell them we don't have the sword, but maybe they'll let us buy it if we just stay. We'll give it to them later.
Sure. Yeah, we don't have the sword now. Obviously, it's somewhere else that we're not. But if you let us buy, we can definitely go get it for you. and maybe bring you back some of those other adventures so you can have something to eat later.
Are you being honest?
No, I'm trying to manipulate.
Okay.
Fuck no, fuck these stupid birds.
Fuck these
He
birds.
tricked me. I believed him.
Only one. That's kind of weak. I guess we'll try and push.
Uh-oh.
Okay,
Yay.
2.
All right. 2 empathy damage.
Yeah.
What? You just... It's just draining from you. I don't know how draining empathy would look. I was trying to come up with something.
He's a merchant, but he's actually an introvert. So talking to people really drains him.
Your social battery.
I want to go home now, guys. Can we leave?
I gotta put on Netflix.
All right.
I'm gonna look at the shadows as they cast on the wall for a few hours.
Go. It's up in the highest tower. Bring it back to us and we'll give you gold. We have lots of gold. The king's gold.
Nice.
And she stays and just stares at you. Defecates because she can't control it.
Yeah, totally makes sense. Let's just skedaddle, boys.
Guess that gives us a way to go. Up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Unless
We'll go left.
All right.
I think is where you said the stairs were.
Man, we're doing good on time. I'm not used to
Here we
that.
are.
All right.
yeah, it's where we did this before and we didn't make it past the bridge.
No, I don't think.
What?
No, yeah.
Wow.
I don't,
Fuckery.
dude. I want to say I was. I think I want to say it was my fault. I feel like it was my fault. I was like drunk.
No, nothing's your fault.
I think I think I got really drunk, and we made it like 3/4 through, just hanging out, and that was it. Dunzo.
Nice.
All right. So you climb the stairs, and it opens up into this big open, totally open, no railing of any kind, walkway. You can kind of see it actually here on the map here. And it leads to this big split in the ravine. And you can see that this is where normally a drawbridge would be raised up, but it is currently lowered. But on the other side, there's a portcullis that is currently closed. So you approach the portcullis, though. You can see what looks like, again, corpses on the other side. Lifeless, fully armored, just sitting there. What do you do?
I throw a rock at one of the corpses with my sling.
Okay.
Anybody good at move that could like... Oh, sorry. Go ahead and resolve what you're going to do.
I don't know. Do you want me to make a sling attack?
No, they're not moving. It wouldn't require a check.
No.
You literally
Nice.
can go you can even put your little gala hands to the portcullis and get nearly a point blank. So
Is there like a mechanism to open the portcullis?
yeah, on the other side you can clearly see like a wheel gear that normally someone would turn. I mean, it's kind of odd because the bridge and the portcullis, all of this is in better condition than the rest of the entire stronghold. It's very noticeable. Give me. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say because I have a pretty high wit score. I don't know which ability it would be. Maybe scouting, maybe insight. But to just see like what we would need to do from our side, or like what is like within reach on the other side to see if we could open it?
Well, I'll tell you this. So as you do this, and you guys are on the drawbridge, you begin hearing singing. It's in a tongue that none of you recognize, and it's a deep voice coming from all the way back down the keep. Think in your head maybe Saruman and Lord of the Rings singing it in the storm. And you pinpoint the location. You have clear view from where you are. Beautiful vantage point. And you look down and see it's the bard from earlier. Dal holding the lute, singing very loud. You shouldn't be able to hear him this well. The voice is carrying up to you like he's right by you, but it's still echoing like it's everywhere. And then the guards on the other side of the portcullis begin to move. I'll be right back because I have to pee again. I'll give you guys a moment to decide. It'll take 2 seconds. What you want to do.
Okay. So he's resurrecting these dead guards to open the portcullis for us.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
Or-
he's actually the ghost of the king.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
That's a yeah.
Who the hell just hangs
It's not
out
technically a
outside
serial
Citadel?
killer.
He was technically serial killed. Everyone here was
Oh,
killed.
no.
somehow. Damn. What a rough time.
Gosh darn.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I have trouble believing that the other treasure hunters made it here before we did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And survived all this stuff.
because they were having
Yeah.
a very tough time.
Yeah. Well, they didn't have a big, strong dwarf that could do like 11 points of damage. or
That
whatever
was
it was.
pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah,
Wow,
that was
think
a
they're
fucking
just like-
bonkers roll.
Yeah, that was an MVP roll.
Sorry, guys. I don't know if you know this, but tea's a diuretic. Fuck. I don't know what I was thinking.
That's why you gotta stick with
No,
beer and
we drink
wine, like
tea.
me.
Mhm.
Give
What are you, British?
give Ryan a chance to get back.
I can hear you guys. Go ahead.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
So this begins to happen. Excuse me. These two undead soldiers begin to rise on the other side of the portcullis. And you just hear like the rustling of what sounds like dry leaves and metal clanging as they kind of slowly get up back on their feet. Open their just light blue bleached eyes and go up and stand on the other side of the portcullis. State the password.
Hey. How do we know that
Is it something? I'm trying to think of what he said to us. Because he said that he didn't tell the others about something.
I think what he didn't tell them about was there was a monster in the basement that can only be killed by the sword.
The king's sword.
Rustbite. So
Maybe he's the monster in the basement. You know, he's at the bottom of the thing.
right, yeah, maybe his
And what's the king's name?
Algarad.
Algarog.
Maybe it's the bard's name. That's like his alter ego.
Oh fuck! What was his name?
Name is Dalb.
Like Aaron didn't write this down because I'm not taking notes this session because I'm a bad player. But yeah, can I try saying the name that he gave us? Dalb, something or other.
Is that what you say?
Oh,
Not
no,
Dalb,
I'm-
something or other. I feel like I feel like Gormar would know the name even if Aaron doesn't. But I don't know. But I will say his name if I can remember it.
I'm gonna let that slide since this is a one shot.
Yay. Thank you.
You say the name.
I'll make a lore roll if you want.
You say the name. You say the name.
All right.
Ooh.
The guards, both of them, they look at each other they have no lips. Their nose is hanging off or not there at all. No eyelids on their face. You can't really tell what their expression is, but they look at each other and then they look back at you and you see that he's wearing like a half skull helmet and you see him kind of lift it up and he scratches like he's thinking, and you see like just this flesh and gore kind of come off as he scratches. He doesn't realize, as if he's just scratching his hair. He looks back at you slowly. Granted. And he walks back to the wheel and they begin lifting the portcullis.
Maybe they actually forgot the real password and just let us in. Okay.
No, it just seemed like a coincidence that he showed up and then they were doing their thing.
Right. Yeah. Well, let's make our way forward.
Advance forward.
While we're making our way
Gormar.
forward, is there any weapons in that general vicinity where they were at?
You're like in open air right now. Like all this is really
Yeah.
high above and you know, for all intents and purposes, pretty treacherous. But you're walking into another building at the moment. Now this building, it's funny you said that because the room is flanked by rows of spears and swords that are all rusted to shit. You see a number of viewing slits on the other wall. You see the corpses of dozens of soldiers in this room. They're all up at the moment, walking in unison, like they're kind of walking on a guard duty, or you don't really know because it doesn't seem like they're really guarding anything, but they walk from one end to the room. And when they get close to the wall, just when you think they would about face, they slam into the wall with this loud clang, all in unison. And then they about face, and then walk into the other side of the wall. What do you do?
It seems like they think that there's more room than there is.
Maybe they're blind? Don't know that they're about to hit the wall?
Or there's a false wall.
Oh. Maybe a new wall was built.
Oh, very fierce these skeletal warriors are. Scarr, I remember reading that, like, scouting is not necessarily how you would find a hidden door or something like that.
Right? You'd have to be
How
specific.
would one go about? You have to be specific.
Yeah, like literally say what you're doing to find hidden objects.
Okay.
Like we could pick up one of these
Um,
rusted spears and tap along the wall or something like that.
Gormar's gonna be like he's gonna be kind of treating it like a puzzle. If they were all walking in the same direction and it looked like they hit the wall in the same spot, he's gonna look around that area for anything that seems peculiar. That's what
Aside
Gormar's
from
gonna do.
a bunch of undead skeletons running into the wall, nothing really stands out to you. This looks like some kind of like guards post, and you can see there's also bedding in here for guards and probably presumably servants. You notice that there are other skeletons, or corpses rather, they're not bare bone, just kind of standing, not moving, in commoner clothes.
Nice. Yeah.
But on the far end of the room, you also see an open door leading up.
Okay. How long does it take them to like cross from one side of the room to the other?
About 30 seconds each.
Okay. So I'll just kind of wait at one side, and once they hit that and do the about face and start walking, I'll just make my way across past them.
Okay. You do so without issue.
Cool.
I will do the same.
Yeah, we see him doing it, and it's like, wait, I'm learning from my elders. 30
I'm
seconds.
only 45!
You're
Still
still
got
my elder.
60 more years.
I'm baby. With that thick voice.
That was kind of weird, but okay.
And does everyone follow suit?
Indeed.
Yeah.
All right. You reach the open door. Winding stairs, thin, shoulder to shoulder stairway going up. Marching order again. Like I said, it can go 2 by 2. I need Chris to mod in here while I'm streaming. Jesus.
Okay.
All right.
What's going on?
Just bots. Always bots.
So who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
I'll go second.
So I'll go
With my
third.
Yeah, I'll stay in the back.
I'll also stay in the back.
Okay. You climb the stairs. The chamber at the top of this tower is quiet and smells of mold and perfume. A large 4-poster bed stands against the far wall, flanked by suits of ornate armor. On the bed rests the remains of a man in full plate armor with a helmet and a crown. Is clearly King Algarod of Alderland in his eternal rest. On his chest, the king's gloved hands clutch a large, beautifully crafted sword. Along the walls, you see a variety of landscape portraits and it looks like kind of old self-portraits of the king or various family members, all tattered and worn. And above the bed, directly above the head of the bed, you see what looks like a charcoal drawing framed of the king himself. What do you do? I will note there's also a door on the western side of this room that is currently closed.
Is the king's armor rusted, or does it look untarnished.
It looks untarnished. As a matter of fact, the king himself, everyone's been in more or less various states of decay, pretty juicy. He mostly looks like pre-bloat. Blood has sunk to the bottom of, where as he lays on his, it's sunk to his back and everything like that. So he looks very pale and white, thin, but no, not much decay other than that.
Does it look like there's a lot of dust on the ground?
Yeah.
Do you see any
Same
footprints?
manner of dust. Roll survival.
Okay, wits, not terrible. I have no training in that though, so 2 successes.
Very nice. But
Very
no.
nice.
You
No.
are 100% confident that you were probably the first people to step in this room in a very, very long time.
Where did those fuckers go? They were like ahead of
Yeah.
us.
Starting to think they're bait by this evil bard down below.
Yeah.
They're not even real.
I don't know if he's evil. That seems
I think maybe
prejudicial.
he just wants the king to be put to rest. But if that's a sword, can we just go grab it, or
You'll say unless anybody opposes, I'm
Yeah,
gonna grab that sword.
I'd say the big boy should grab it.
yeah?
Come on, do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
And behind
You're
the
a good
pillar.
man.
Go up and try to get the sword out of the king's hands.
You do so with relative ease. His hands don't seem to be dealing with any kind of rigor mortis or anything like that. It slips out. But as you do so, the corpse of the king, a loud snap like a branch breaking, twitches to one side and then twitches to another side and begins to rise. The door that was closed prior slams open as you see 3 undead guards charge into the room, weapons drawn. And we are jumping right into combat for that.
Noise.
All right.
And for my guy, because he has the lightning fast, he draws 2 initiative cards instead of 1 at the start of combat.
Very nice.
And I get
Okay.
to choose which one I want to shuffle into the deck before the others draw.
Hell yeah.
I will figure out how to do that with Foundry. Let's get... Where's our
I'm
control
learning.
friend?
Huzzah.
Huzzah!
What is this? It's not even a grid. Okay. Where are you? You are...
Special.
Vorvald. Wait, who said that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Me.
Okay, we'll figure this out. Let me draw your
I get to
cards.
initiative draw.
Vorvald, so you got a 7 on the initial draw. Or...
Just roll D10. Will be the
No,
other
no,
one.
no.
Yeah.
Or a 6.
I'll take it.
All right. Let me remove the other one, the duplicate. All right. Very good. Luckily, Harmon is first in our combat.
Do I have the sword now?
You do. Indeed, indeed, you do. Let me get it in your gear. Apologies. Let's see.
That's got to be like an artifact.
Armor. Sorry. I probably should have done this prior, but you know, whatever.
So I'm gonna fan theory that the bard that we ran into was like the court jester, and this is his revenge. We're gonna kill the king for him, just why he let us in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Maybe it's a descendant of the king, just wanting to get his paws sword back.
All right. You have Rustbite in your possession now. Take a time to look at its attributes and what it can do. And yes, it is indeed an artifact weapon, a D8 artifact weapon.
Very nice.
I do not see it in my ear.
Harmon, right?
It might be.
Yeah. A knife, a shield, and studded leather.
Who the fuck did I just
Is
give
it
it
under
to?
combat because it's equipped?
I wish you gave it to me.
Just the knife and the shield under combat.
Oh,
Is it
you
in
know what? I
gear?
think I
Under
figured.
gear and then
No,
you
no.
equipped it.
I think it's here. That's weird that it worked. Do you see it now? Here, I'll put it in your equipped.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. That's weird. I don't know why I did that. It
Now I
differentiates
have
your character sheet on the battle map versus your regular character sheet. Anywho, you got that badass fucking weapon.
Kill everybody, please.
Okay, well, I am going to try to cut the king's head off as quickly as I can. Using my new magical sword.
Nice.
Do it. Do it.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
Very nice. Alright, 3 potential damage.
Oh no.
That's
a lot.
A lot of armor.
That's a lot of dice. He was
There's
sleeping.
more opportunities for him to roll ones, though.
That's true.
3 potential damage. You strike in to stab him, and it makes contact, but the king sidesteps as Rustbite scrapes along his armor and takes no damage. Roll a scout.
Scout.
All of you can roll a scout.
Okay.
Scout. Oh, scouting.
All right. Well,
I'm gonna push my scouting roll because I want to take. No, I don't want to take 3 points of damage. Yes, I do.
You
I
sure?
want to take 3 points of damage to.
Yeah, balls deep, man. Come on now.
Yeah.
Yeah, balls deep.
All right. Those of you that succeeded, notice that the painting above the bed was just a charcoal portrait of him standing in a good, like, stout pose. But now his pose has turned into a very angered face. It was not that before. Harmon, you still have fast action. You may do, if you wish. Or you can bank it. You know, it's good to bank your fast action so you can dodge or parry later.
Yeah, I'll bank it.
All right. And your turn whenever you're ready.
The lacks permission to update combat.
Oh, yeah, I should probably start the fight, huh? There we go.
Oh, the king and I have both 6. Ooh la la.
Yeah. And I would say since yours is an ability, you're gonna go before the king. That would make sense to me because you're fast as fuck, right?
I am fast as fuck, boy.
I'm just gonna. These skeletons are coming kind of in the side of the room, so in an abstract way, Harmon wouldn't necessarily be the closest one. I'm just gonna move them what we're looking at, and he's going to go at Vorvald first. Move into you, Vorvald. And these bad boys have long swords.
Yay.
That sounds bad.
And
I need one.
And shields.
You have what I want. Just give it to me.
Give me. I don't like that many dice.
That's a lot. Holy shit.
Yeah, that was 3 hits for 4 damage.
Yay.
Yeah. So, you haven't used any actions yet. So if you look at your fast actions, you can do some things.
Okay.
Now, whether or not that is
fast
before our armor or not, let me see.
Yeah, because you wouldn't. If you dodge, you wouldn't take any damage, right?
What weapon do you have right now?
I just have the bone saw and the dagger.
Okay. Would you say your move or melee is higher?
My which ones?
Would you say your move skill or your melee skill is better?
I think my melee, if I'm not mistaken. Because I printed out the
plus
printout.
melee
Okay, melee is
versus-
3. And my move is 1.
Okay. So if your
Yeah, but what's your
melee...
agility and your strength, right?
With my strength, it's melee is 3 and then strength is 3.
Oh, so it doesn't matter? Wait, no, yeah. Still your melee is better, it sounds like, right? A total of
Yeah.
6. So you would probably want to parry. Let's take a look
Okay,
at
I
parry.
like that.
Let's see. Parry. So the defender must declare that she's going to parry before... The reactive since you blah blah blah. Where is the definition though? Come on now. Harry, you block your opponent's attack. It's a reactive action, which means you do it right now. It requires a shield or a weapon. Roll melee and the gear bonus of the shield or weapon used. If you parry with a weapon that lacks the parrying feature, you get a -2 penalty. If your attacker stabs you, which
Be a slash with the longsword, right?
they can stab or slash. I'll say they're slashing. Keep this moving here. You get a no. If they stab you, you get a +2. So we'll do that so that negates. Because I don't think your weapon has a parry feature. So
I think if he has the dagger,
so every success you get eliminates every success they get. So I've got 3 successes. So you're gonna do a melee roll.
Okay.
With your whatever weapon.
The dagger. So then take the ambidextrous off and just do a straight roll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. Party.
So you got 1 success. So that reduces my successes down to a 2. Okay. So that would be 3 damage. Do you have armor?
No, I only have the cloak made of black feathers.
All right.
Which makes me look cool.
It does, but you being bloody will look even cooler as you take 3
I like that.
strength damage. And you consume a fast action. Where are you? You're Vorvald, right?
Yes, I had 3 strength.
All right. You have 3 strength?
Yeah. Not anymore.
Then you're down to 0.
0 strength.
Then you are broken.
Nice.
Which means we get to roll our first critical injury.
We're learning.
So I said this was a stab to negate the pluses, right? I believe. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me make sure this is public. Stab critical injuries. Roll that footage. Pierced ear. That's not terrible.
I like that. I have an earring.
Stylish, even.
Fuck yeah.
I think that's.
I look cool. Fuck yeah.
I think that must be like the best possible fucking
Because I'm
result you can
fast
get.
Yeah, I'm
I
fast
rolled-
as fuck, boy.
That is a 1. I rolled 2 1s on a 2d6. That is the best
Yes.
thing you can get.
Good.
All right.
I
So
gotta
you're still broken. So until you get healed, you're crawling with your pierced ear.
Nice. Looking cute.
Looking super adorbs. All right.
Thank you.
That's it for me.
I love it.
Gormar. Pierced ear.
Baby got her ears pierced. His ears
Thank
pierced.
you.
How are we looking, Gormar?
to you, Aaron.
Oh, it's my turn. Sorry, my bad. I was looking at my abilities and stuff. Gormar's
It's a good
looking
thing.
great. He's gonna leap off.
Yes, he is.
He's gonna leap off the back of this boar and use his fast action to move, so that he is beside his comrade Vorvald, who's got like a really cool ear piercing.
Yeah.
And he's going to take all that pain that he's been suffering and pour it into Vorvald in the form of healing, and then heal him for 4.
Oh,
That's hot.
shit.
As he his hands glow once again.
Good shit.
Do you have any willpower left after that?
Nope.
Good to know. All right, I think that's a fast and slow
I
for
got
you.
really Yeah, that's a fast and slow.
I give him a hug.
And there's no time for it.
No, sorry. I'm learning.
All right. So, keeping in line with what I'm doing, we'll go down and attack our good buddy Galame.
Ooh.
Same thing. Why is there shit not on them? Should be public now. Good. Okay. All right. 1 success.
Holy shit. Yeah.
Just 2 damage. Given now what we know now, you can parry dodge. Just I think you have. Do you have armor? I think you have leather,
No.
don't you? No. Okay.
Hell no. So what ability does dodge use? Real quick, move.
Move. Yeah.
Move and agility. And it takes effect your fast action.
Correct.
Alright, I can't take that damage, so we'll go for a dodge.
Oh. That negates it. You dodge out of the way.
Alright.
That's it for me. Blip, blip.
Okay.
I think you use those 2. All right, and you're next.
So I've burned my fast action. That changes what I was going to do, unfortunately. What? I'm going to yell out to the party, and I could be completely wrong about this, but I'm thinking, what if this is like a Portrait of Dorian Gray situation here?
Yeah.
With the painting? I was going to shoot it, but I've got to get myself out of danger first. So I'll just scream at the party, the painting! Destroy the painting! And then I'm going to turn and retreat. Or what is it called? Slow actions. Retreat, yeah. I will retreat. Does that require a move roll?
So, you have both your actions. So to retreat is first going to be a move. It's going to be too fast.
Didn't I just use my fast action to dodge?
Oh shoot, you're right.
Mhm.
So you can retreat for another move to get to near.
Near, yeah. That is what I will do.
And if you succeed, you avoid an attack. And you did.
Cool. So yeah, I will just turn back, head a little bit towards the hallway that we had come from.
Okay. Big Bad's next.
Actually, it's me.
Oh, you're right.
We both rolled a
Yeah.
six.
So you have you can do 1 fast or 1 slow right now.
So
Well, he got healed.
I did get healed. I did pass the check, and I also saw the portrait move, and then I heard him, which only helped me realize I've got to do something with that portrait. I've got the dagger and a bone saw. What could I do to try to destroy the portrait?
You can throw your weapon, right?
Just chonk it.
Yeah, do a since this is not meant to be thrown.
I mean, would I have been close enough to do something to it already?
It's
Or
like
do I
up on
need
the
to
wall.
throw it?
It's above the bed.
Yeah.
So if you want, you can try to throw. I would say that is going to be difficult. And let me see. I want to say a -2 to your marksman, which you don't have. So that would just be your agility. But let me make sure -2 is not too harsh. Yeah.
Now I'm
Hard would be -2.
All right, so we'll hit dagger, and then you're saying for the modifier -2.
Right.
All right, here we go. Party on.
All right. Do you want to push?
Yes, sir. Come on, baby. Hey.
There we go.
That is a success. You hurl your dagger into the painting. As soon as you hit the painting, you see, like, actively, the portrait of the person in the painting of the king smile. And King Algrod right in front of you, all of a sudden, he was in, like, this kind of hunched over, like, about to pounce and attack and really fuck you up. He's got some really scary shit. Stand up straight and proud and regal all of a sudden. And the other three bodyguards with him that were in mid-attack stop and freeze. And all his attention looks past you at the door behind you. You look behind and you see the ghostly figure of some also regal woman. It has a head covering on right now with a crown, but she's clearly ethereal. And you can see past her, you see the door, and she's floating there, and she has this look of utter disdain on her face. And she disappears. The painting above the head, the bed, burns in a blue flame. Thank you for freeing me. I am King Algorod of Weatherstone. What are your names?
Volrad. Fast as fuck, boy.
Great title. Kale, the stupendous merchant.
It's a great title.
Harwin.
They call me
He's a
Galame.
dwarf. My name is Gormar, and this is my compatriot Druck.
I've been under the Queen's control. The Queen who abandoned me for the Sorcerer Zygofer. You have freed me of her control. I have one favor to ask of you. In the laboratory is my heart. Return it to me, and you will be rewarded. What do you do?
I'm gonna roll an insight. Something seems kind of weird.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I would like to as well.
Oh yeah, I took a bunch of damage to my wits.
Actually, I'm going to use my talent, Path of Words. You are
Oh.
a master liar, skilled at both seeing through lies and telling them yourself. Rank 1, if you spend a
Ooh.
willpower point when speaking with an NPC, the GM must reveal if the NPC is lying or not. They don't have to reveal exactly what the NPC is lying about.
Okay. You have to spend what?
Willpower.
Do you have willpower spin?
I do, yeah. I burned myself on that empathy when I was manipulating those RPs.
That's true. That's true. He is not lying.
Okay. Seems to be truthful, boys. Let's go get ourselves a King Heart and a reward.
The laboratory is that where we were earlier?
Yeah, the monster, right?
So I know my boy got that badass weapon earlier. Is there another weapon besides this bone saw around that I could sneakily switch?
No. The bodyguard's actively holding long swords, frozen.
But they're frozen, so just
I was
take
thinking about it. I didn't do it, but I was thinking about it.
By the way, Goblin, thanks for hanging out tonight, man. Yeah, what do y'all do?
I'm going down those stairs. So I'm gonna go get
Head
this
back,
man's
grab
heart.
that heart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
You turn the heart to King Algarad. He rewards you with his war chest that is full of treasure and silver. He bids you leave Weatherstone forever, never to return.
that seems excessive.
I have no problem leaving this place.
I didn't, but now I do.
I was gonna, but now that you
Yeah,
said I
just-
can't
Yeah,
stay,
now I
I'm
want to
I'm
stay.
offended, you know.
I gotta come back tomorrow.
I'm gonna go hang out with the harpies.
piss all over the stones whenever I want.
Yeah. That's the way to live.
You pass
No
through
shirts.
Weatherstone on your way out. Every corpse, everything you saw along the way is animated, as if they've been going about their daily lives without noticing, that they're dead. Down in the bay and down in the bottom, you walk past the guards doing their rounds. You pass through the harpies, and you see them feasting on 2 fresh corpses up above you. There was 5 in the band that you found. Continue down, and you find in the feasting hall that they're passing around these jugs of the putrid water from the moat and pouring them in the glass as the soldiers thrust them in their mouths. Food on their plate is just rubble and rocks as they imitate what they remember to be eating. You pass all the way through, and the watchtower is unlit. You check the watchtower, it is as if no one's been there for many, many years. No fresh fire, no sign of the bard whatsoever. You take your bounty back, you get your donkey, ride back on your boar. You guys pile in the wagon and set out to count your gold. Go about your daily lives, maybe looking for more legends to find more bounties, and you catch word of a march happening in the Forgotten Lands. Sightings of a small army of undead soldiers led by an undead king, killing anything in their path, but it's said that he marches to fight the Sorcerer Zygofer. What happens, we'll never know if we never play this game again. But that was Forbidden Lands, my friends.
Voice.
Holy shit! It's Tony!